This video we're talking about cutting standard nail, 316D, and the reason about nail cutting is interesting because it requires a lot of strength and toughness, but also geometry come to play, and also the cutting surface. For example, this blade here is Super Quench D2 and a 62 Rockwell hardness, and I sharpen it with 15 degree precise. It's bell sharpen, and the thickness is behind the edge is about 24,000th of an inch, and what it means is very easy to calculate. The thickness around the edge. Let me tie it together so that we can see it though. Can't see myself here. It's somewhere around this. Okay, hard to see though. It's about something like that. Okay, there you go. And if you know the thickness and if you know the bevel height, and the bevel height is almost like 50, and if you make it even, it's say 48, about there. Okay, I see the light, kind of hard to see. And so in that way you have rise over round and look like a pretty good triangle that way, 1/3. So you got 15 degree precise or 30 degree inclusive. Why I brought it up? Because from the thickness, I actually tested before. If I use thinner solder here, it's only bevel solder only, let's say, less than 20,000 an inch. Then the damage is going to be there's some damage. And here, what it look like actually. Here we go, so we can see hopefully you can see let me zoom in. Maybe you can see it. It's pretty thin. Okay, well anyway, and that's what the geometry is. And when you cut nail, as I learned, if you say cut a nail over a piece of wood, the nail will bend and actually hug or bind to the edge, and the damage is going to be will inflict damage. Excuse me. If you cut over a piece of this steel column here, will be less. And so, in this for demo here, I have this nail and I'm just going to cut it. And around here, now I already have a mark cut right there already, but I will cut some more in a similar place, so that okay. I'm careful because I don't want to cut onto this base really. That one cut. Other word, nothing happened. A lot of time you see video on internet, see happen. I'm sure at the mic, if you got a high magnification, there's something. But if you cannot see with your naked eye, that means it's pretty good. Let's cut, say, a few more in the same place, in the general area, same place. And another one. And what D2 known to be extremely brittle. And well, I shouldn't be able to do this, I think. And as you can see, the bevel relative to the bevel around it, it's pretty much, I'm sure there's a little dent perhaps, but there's no fracture of some big major chunk amount. See the sharpening bevel and itself there, and there's virtually nothing. Nothing. I mean, for this cover, virtually nothing, but I can put it into a microscope and I will see the extent of the damage. But anyway, we're going to, right now I'm going to do a little careless and hit it a little bit more with authority, and probably going to cut right into this block. Well, I don't really want to have a big cut in it. This block is my secondary anvil, so. And it's slamming to it, and there is a little light. Now you can, there you can see, well, the edge wasn't there sharp in the first place, but you can see that a little bit of, well, geez, not. Anyway, it's so very little. So in other words, cutting over something that the geometry, the shoulder of this edge actually, as they cut it in partially into the nail, it actually wedge the nail outward a little bit, just enough, so that it doesn't stress the apex, the edge itself, a lot, and also prevent the binding. If you have the shoulder so thin, actually cutting nail, that's why cutting nail with a blade would less than 20,000 of an inch thick. It's extremely challenging because again, the binding and if you cut on the surface that allow the nail to wrap around the edge, it will be very, very difficult test. And there you have it. You can, oh yeah, you can see right there. Tiny little guy. All right, well, thank you for watching.